Alright guys, enough of goofing around. A while back I brought you these, the AirPod Pro clones. Today I've brought you the big brother of these. No, don't worry, they're not the original AirPods, they aren't another pair of headphones. However, it is this. Let's get into the unboxing and let me show you what this is. Alright guys, so today we have this thing out here. It's a smartwatch by itself. It is unlike the AirPods Pro that I showed you, which were absolute rip-offs because they were marketing it under the Apple logo. This one, however, is a smartwatch by itself. It definitely has the design element of the Series 6 watch from Apple, but it's not being marketed as an Apple watch. It is a watch by itself, so if I do like it, I will recommend it to you, and I will let you decide if you guys want to get it. But this is what we're going to unbox today. The model number goes by DT100, and this is the box. Let's have a look at it now. You get all the watch faces, the watch itself on the front, you get the model number out here. Here we have just the dot suggesting the color. So I picked it up in silver color, and I'll explain to you why in a bit. This side, not much either. It says 44mm space aluminium case, and at the back we've got a few details as well. We've got the chipset, we've got the screen size, 320 by 385 pixels, battery 280 mAh, 2 hours of charging time, and the dimensions, etc. This is the QR code that you will need to download the app, so make sure you get this right and download it on the phone to get the best features out of the smartwatch. Now, placing it down on the table and going ahead with the actual unboxing, let's just slowly slide this out. Let's slowly slide this out. Alright, now here we are greeted with Alright, now I'll explain to you. You get a grey strap in this, which is also inside, but I have however ordered 2 more straps which I thought I will be needing on a day-to-day basis. I went for the white because white is more my thing. I do like the white and black combo a lot, so my strap is white for sure. The other strap here is a black strap. Let me just probably go ahead and open it and show it to you. And that is the white strap, white silicone strap. I really sort of like it, and it does suggest it's high quality, and I'll explain to you why, because I did see another professional video in which they said this little pin out here, connecting pin, usually if it's in metal it is a good quality strap. The other ones just come in plastic, so they're not that good, but yeah, so black for occasions when I need to sort of keep it subtle, keep it classy, keep it a little more professional, and white is when I'm just being my outright self. Alright, coming to the box now, we have the booklets. So let's just pull that out. It says, design it for building an amazing lifestyle, which sort of doesn't make sense, but does make sense, so I'll leave that for you guys to decipher. In here again, let me show you guys what we have. We've got a small little booklet. I'm going to place this down. We've got a small little booklet here that gives you all the details, user manual, and probably all the connectivity guides and all of that stuff. Nobody ever uses that, but okay. The next thing we have is, this is the strap that actually comes with the watch. So it's a grey strap, and I wasn't too fond of this because it's a very neutral color, doesn't really stand out, doesn't really pop. So that is the main reason I purchased these two straps separately. You're going to have to purchase these, you're not going to get them in the box. So the black and white was my purchase. This is what comes within the box. Moving this aside, now here we have the magnetic charging pin. It's got a magnetic charger, so this plugs into any USB-A socket if I'm not wrong. And let's just try and push this out. Here, if you notice, we have a magnetic charger. I will show you the power of the charging pins as well, as to how strong they are in just a bit. Now coming to the main piece, we've got the watch here. Let's just try and pull that out. Alright, that is the watch. We're going to get the box out of the way. Now, to be very honest, I am surprised at how much heft the watch has. I did not expect it to be this heavy. It's actually got weight to it. I expected it to be like a flimsy piece of plastic, which it isn't. So to my surprise, I would say well done. It's got this wrapping around it, and you just sort of rip it off. And that is the back side of the watch for you. Very, very neat finish. To be honest, I was not expecting quality like this. It's got these LED lights at the back. It's got the text as usual. I do not even want to sort of put my finger on it and smudge it with fingerprints. So it's got the LED lights. It's got one sensor. However, people are skeptical if it works or not, and we'll get to that in a bit. Because it's a proximity sensor, or it just passes sort of light through your skin in order to read your heartbeat. So I don't know how accurate it is and if we can trust it at all. Coming to the sides, here we have the knob, and it's supposed to be a functional scroll wheel. We have a microphone out here. However, if you notice, we do not have the button like the Series 6 does, and I'm glad they sort of went their own way. They stuck with the design element, but they went their own way. Instead of giving you a dummy key, they didn't give you a key. So that keeps the finish neat, in my opinion. Here is the slot for your straps, and here you have the two pin connectors, as I mentioned, for charging your smartwatch. When we flip it over to the side, we've got two speaker grills. One is again a dummy grill, the other one is actually what works. And once again here, we've got the straps. Alright, and this is basically the front glass element of the watch. Let's go ahead and try powering it on. Let's see if it's got any charge. And it's on. This is what just blows me away. You literally can't tell the difference. I mean, look at the interface. This is shocking. We swipe downwards, we have your control panel. I have not seen a prettier control panel, in my opinion. This is literally like an Android phone or something. Swipe down, we've got a control panel. I can adjust the brightness from here itself. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. Here we have the menu, which is again the Apple style, and as you see, there's literally zero to no lag at all. This is really shocking. You can sort of zoom in with the scroll wheel, zoom in and zoom out. This is the max that you can zoom in. Switch through the watch interfaces out here. The blacks on the screen are extremely deep, and it's definitely one of the best screens I've seen on watches of late. The only other watch I was looking at was the HW22. And the reason I was looking at that watch was because of the zero lag latency in this smart menu mode. It feels extremely cheap and tacky on the other watches because they lag a lot when you're sort of scrolling in the smart menu. One of the major reasons I considered the HW22 was because of that. The lag is even lesser than this one, and this comes up straight up as the second best when it comes to lag. So you can completely trust this one when you want to go for the operating system mainly, and this one should absolutely do it for you. Now let's try and fit the straps on. However, one thing I'd like to point out is it does not have the buttons out here as on the original Series 6. So the strap is just going to slide in. It's not going to slide in and then lock. However, the straps, as I showed you, they do have the pin locks. So if we did have that option, it would have sort of locked in. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and put the straps on the watch. Let's just slide the strap straight in. It's a decent fit. It's not going to slide around, it's not going to move after you've put it in. However, there's no lock. I would have really appreciated if in some way or form they add the click, the switch out here, which sort of clicks the strap into place. And we'll slide the other one into place as well. And that is the smartwatch for you. This is basically the look I was going for. I did consider going for the black dial and then throwing on the white straps as well. However, it simply wouldn't give me the look that I was looking for. This sort of, the white straps in this look sort of merge into the silver, and that is the reason I mainly went for this. I can always swap it out with the black strap if I want to set it up for an official, a little more official occasion. So here I scan the QR code that was on the box, as I mentioned, and you have an app called Wear Pro. I am going to hit install, and I will see you once it installs and we're connected. So now that we have the Wear Pro app out here, I'm just going to go ahead and agree with the terms and conditions. It says login, so let's do that, and I will see you after that. Alright, now my phone is paired with the watch, and I immediately got an update. I even changed the watch face that I wanted. So I have a couple of watch faces here, as you see. I have picked the one I really like, and you notice how it breaks the contrast between the screen and the strap. So the strap's white, the screen has a white watch face, and it's got a nice little black border, so that keeps it really classy. Here in the app, I am blown away the minute I connected it. You will basically have to go about a slightly tedious connection process. It did take me a while to find out how to connect it as well. It wasn't the easiest process, to be very honest. Nevertheless, I did connect it. I managed to connect it. And here when you go down to device, as you see, you basically just have to grant all the permissions initially. Here it will tell you the watch, it's synced data. Now here we have a feature saying watch face push. Alright, and you can choose basically from all these different watch faces. As the app gets updated, you will also have different ones. So I have selected a few that I like, and for example, let's say I want to push let's push this one, for example. Alright, so I just hit OK, and it'll update. It'll give you the prompt on the watch as well. So as you see, it gives you the update prompt. It is downloading it via Bluetooth onto your watch. 76% and successfully completed. So you've got plenty of watch faces. Now the minute I hit that, it immediately shows the watch face that you just pushed out. So this is absolutely insane if you ask me. I mean, you've got plenty of different watch styles to suit your taste, to suit your choice. That is about it with the watch face thing. Alright, so once we're done with the watch face thing, again you've got the find watch, you've got camera. Now you can actually trigger your camera from your phone. So say I want to take a picture of that. Okay, say I want to take a picture of the plant out here. I just hit this and it sort of captures the image out here. It's got the regular tilt to wake. I've turned that on again. Incoming calls, put it on. It'll ask you for a few permissions. Go through the permissions, give it the permission needed. SMSs as well. App notifications. Turn on whatever app notifications you want. I turned on my app notifications, and instantly all my Instagram notifications came in. It has the Bluetooth calling feature. It's got the heart rate monitor. As I said, we are still not too sure about how well it actually works, whether it's a real heart rate monitor or it's just a gimmick, just for the satisfaction of the consumer. It's got ECG detection. Again, I highly doubt that works. Frequent contacts is a feature. I'm not going to click it because I've got my frequent contacts already set. Frequent contacts is a feature in which you can sync 20 contacts from your phone for appearing within the watch. So you can select up to say 20 close contacts that you frequently use, you regularly contact, and their names will show up when they call and stuff like that. So that's another very handy feature, I feel. Going into more settings, you've got do not disturb, daily alarm clock, sedentary reminder, water reminder, all of the basic watch features as we know. And here you've got the firmware version. I already updated the firmware because it gave me an instant prompt the minute I opened the app. So my firmware is up to date as of now. And we've got unbind device. Basically, unbind device is going to disconnect it. The minute you open the app, it will ask you to bind the device. So you have to scan the QR code and all of that stuff. So make sure you just go through the setup process very tediously and very carefully, because if you miss something out, the watch will probably not work as you expect it to. Now down here we've got the sport mode again. It will basically track your calories, blah blah blah, all the basic sport modes. Again, we're not too sure how they work, whether it works on an accelerometer or what. Here again is the main page for your app. 16 steps it's counted, 0.93 calories, stuff like that. So this is what you can expect to see within your app itself. Now this is what I had just imagined what it would look like on my hand. I really love how it looks. This is the exact look I was going for, and I was extremely particular. I had a tough time finding the silver frame as well, but nevertheless I stuck to my choice, and this is the outcome. I absolutely love how it looks on my hand. Very classy and very very upbeat, sporty for my day-to-day use. Okay, coming back to the watch, we have a feature in which if we swipe across the screen, you've got split screen mode, you've got your WhatsApp messages. I just got a text message which I did check, so it works very efficiently. We've got Bluetooth calling, and you've got your recent apps out here. Alright, we can back that. Going into the menu, you've got plenty of options for usage. You can control your music out here. I can open the music player for you, but the minute I hit the button, it's going to play music on my phone, and I do not want any copyright issues, so I'm sorry, I can't do that. Besides that, you've got plenty of options. You've got the O2 sensor, you've got your weather widget, you've got reminders, you've got tons of stuff. Let's go back to the main screen. I wonder why that changed, because I do not like that one. Alright, let's go back to the main screen. Swipe this side, you've got the activity monitor, you've got the heart rate sensor. So I've put a finger on the heart rate sensor. I don't really think it's going to do anything. However, you see it does light up your LEDs at the back, so check this out. So the minute I put a finger or something like that, it's gonna blink, and I think the blinking intensity increases because it's got a proximity sensor. So the minute the proximity sensor senses your finger very close to it, it will actually go faster. So it may be a false reading that they're giving you just for the sake of sort of customer satisfaction, and not really a working sensor. However, I'll test this out later. When you swipe again, you've again got the weather widget, and you've got an option to add a lot more widgets. So say you can add music, because that's one of the things that I use. So yeah, again, the crown is absolutely working. You can switch through your watch faces from the crown itself. The crown is I would say it's got a click to it, but it works fairly well. There's nothing to complain about. So that is the specs of the watch for you. Alright, coming to the charging bit, I am gonna try and attach the magnetic charger with the magnetic pins out here. Let's try and get that in focus for you guys. Yep. And let's just whack on the charger. Let's see. Yep, right there, and it gives you the charging notification. So it's quite a strong magnet if you ask me, and it just slots into place. We also have different menu styles which I haven't mentioned yet. So this is the smart menu, just like the Apple Watch. So that's the smart menu. When you double press the crown button, it'll switch the menu style. It goes into a grid, for example. Again, here I experience zero lag. It has haptic feedback when I scroll to the top or to the bottom, telling me that's the end of the page. So that's very neat of a watch in this price. One more double tap and it goes to the circular one. This particular menu style has absolutely no lag. You see that? It can just go on spinning like nothing. So it's got absolutely no lag if you ask me in that particular menu style. And then again we've got the list, which is for most regular users sort of prefer this because it's easier to find stuff. However, my favorite style is the smart menu of the Apple Watch. So I think I'm going to stick with that. So this is what it is going to look like with the white strap on. Personally, I absolutely love it. The finish on the back is insane as well. I did not expect a finish like this. I think it looks fabulous with the white strap, and this is definitely going to be one of my favorite toys for a while now. Alright, now coming to the battery life on this thing, I have used it for a week by now, and I usually shoot the video in two parts so that I get hands-on time and I can talk about the battery life about products like these. It gets me through at least 1 day of usage easily. It'll give you a good 8 hours. Sometimes when I'm using it pretty scarcely and I'm not like loading it, I have managed to pull out 18 hours. So expect at least a minimum of 10 hours depending on your kind of usage. I link it up to my phone. I get all my notifications on it, WhatsApp notifications, all my social media notifications, everything on the watch. So I have even tried making calls, answering calls. The microphone is loud and clear for the opposite person as well. So is the speaker for the person that is hearing. So no complaints in those areas at all. So yeah, I would say depending on your usage, you should easily be able to pull out a minimum of a days of use on the watch. Besides that, it really depends on your usage. I have sort of pulled out at the max, I would say 18 hours. So I know for a fact that the battery can last very well. It does recalibrate every time you push out a new watch face. So you have to sort of give it an overnight charge. I would suggest just charge it at night so that it gets its good 4 hours of charge and it is completely topped up when you want to use it. That way it will 100% stand true to its claims of the battery life. Now let's talk about who this watch is for and who would be interested in it. Let's be honest, it's got the profile of the Series 6, of course, but do not expect any sort of functionality and the speed and the processor and all of that stuff that you find in the Series 6. Let's be real out here. This watch barely cost me 2 grand, or say in some places even 1700 rupees. So it's not the most expensive, and make sure that you understand that that is what you are going to get. That is the kind of features that you are going to get. It will get you through the bare basics. You will get your notifications on the watch, you'll get stuff, you'll get your calls on the watch and all of that stuff. You'll get a few watch faces, but do not expect Apple kind of functionality. For that matter, I haven't sometimes even found the heart rate sensor to be very precise, to be very honest, because I have had 2 different heart rate devices checking my heart rate while I'm working out, because those are the features that matter the most to me. So even though I've had heart rate features sort of checking me out side by side, this one will show somewhere around 80, 90 and my true heart rate is 120. So I know for a fact that the heart rate sensor may not be working, or I don't know if it's just the device that I have received. If of course you plan to use it for the watch that it is, it offers plenty in the price range that you are viewing. That is the 2 grand to 1700 rupees to 2 grand price range. And there are a lot of other models that are offering say they're offering features like the Apple logo on the startup and stuff. So again, those are replicas and copies. However, this one has its own model number just like all the others, but it does not claim of, you know, being a Series 6 copy or any of that stuff. So it's not really, I would not say it's sort of marketing itself as an Apple Watch copy, even though it is extremely you can pretty much tell it's extremely sort of derived from there. But there are other watches going all the way up to the price range of 4,000 bucks. So depending on what your price range is, you could sort of view them. There are watches such as the FK88, MC99. There's so many different ones. So that's too in-depth a topic to get into right now. But of course, depending on your budget, your features, the features that you need within the watch, and also how close do you want it to get to the Apple Watch, it's like that. So if you really fancy, you know, having a startup Apple logo on the startup of the watch, well, you can sort of spend that extra money, which I think is really foolish, because I don't know who in the right minds would sort of start up the watch and say, hey, look, I have an Apple Watch. It doesn't make any sense, you know. So use it for what it is. It's a great smartwatch to use. It does all the basic stuff, and I just like having a timepiece on my hand, something where of course I can sort of change up the wallpapers, the watch faces, and enjoy my time with it. So if you use it for what it is, I think it's a great watch. I will probably leave the link down in the comments, the buying link. I didn't leave the buying link for the AirPods because it is a straight up replica of the Apple AirPods Pro. So, and I didn't sort of want to promote counterfeit items. That's the reason I didn't leave this for the AirPods. However, this has its own model number. It's not stating, it does not have an Apple logo anywhere. It's doing its own job. It's being marketed as its own sort of self. It has the DT100 model number out here. So I will leave a link to this store that I bought it from. It's Urban Store India, if I'm not wrong. It'll be in the link. If you guys want to check it out, go check it out, pick up the watch. There are a lot of other watches too, so do make sure to Google the watches and see the best reviews you can find, because you will notice subtle different details between the watch. For example, the watch that I was looking at was the HW22, which is a 44mm dial, just as this one. The reason I looked at the HW22 and the DT100 here is because of the Smart Style menu, which was extremely fluid. And if you notice, even the high-end watches, even the watches at 4 grand and in that range, they literally lag and stutter in the Smart Style menu. And that was something that was not acceptable by me, and that is the very reason I sort of narrowed down to these two, because I wanted a fluid experience. I didn't want these glitchy lags, and I didn't want that ugly experience of having to use that interface. So that is the reason I think, in my opinion, these would be the two best watches, the HW22 and the DT100. However, if there's a feature that's more important to you in another watch and you think you would be happier with that, most certainly Google it and go for that. I will wrap up the video now. Stick around, stay blessed, keep putting in the work. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you guys did enjoy this product, as I said, I will keep bringing newer ones. Share it with your friends, share it with your family. There's a lot on the market, just as this one. So I will keep bringing you updates as to these quirky things that I find. Once again, stick around, stay blessed, keep putting in the work. I will catch you guys in the next one.